It's already a given
Yeah.
for today's episode that we're definitely going to forget the characters' names.
Oh yes, that reminds me. I'll have to pull it up. Even though it is
It's
like
hours.
16 episodes. Yeah.
Like
Yeah, the
just a couple
names.
hours since I finished it, and
Oh right, right. Oh wow. Yeah, I'll pull it up on my side too.
good times.
Yep. I don't even know how that happens.
Anyways,
Okay, yeah, I think I'm ready.
okay, I'm not, but
Yeah. Everybody else's names.
it's like,
like
dude,
like the
I can do
person on
animes.
episode
Like, think I'm gonna
5.
be able to do K-dramas? Heck no.
No.
Yeah, if you were to name them, like I remember there were some animes. At least when they were dubbing them in Spanish, they would completely change the name
Oh really?
for something more like Spanish sounding.
Something. Yeah. Okay.
For
Yeah.
like Captain
Gosh.
Tsubasa. You know, his name was Tsubasa.
Oh right.
In Spanish, the dub was Oliver Atom. But anyways, all right.
Yeah.
Let's do
different.
this.
Yep.
Hello and welcome to episode 77 of Jobless Weebs. I'm Marco, the Brimo Mexican, and with me today,
Brian.
like every week.
Yeah.
How are you,
we're
Brian?
back. Doing pretty good. Yeah, I'm mostly going through the week. It's been a little bit rough here and there, but it's also been really amazing here and there. But yeah, it's going pretty good. I've been playing some Pokemon, which is always fun. Get my mind off
Right.
of responsibilities and adult-like stuff. But yeah, Pokemon's a great game.
Like it should be.
That's right. Yeah. What have you been?
I've been good. Well, today was a really rough day. I have a slight headache, but I can go through this once I have lunch.
Oh, okay.
So
right
after this.
Oh, there you go. That's a good plan.
So, but yeah, it's been great. I finished a song for the Beat Saber.
Nice, mapping it yourself.
So yeah, if you haven't checked it out, that one should have been out this week.
Oh, okay, that one.
Meaning, yesterday.
There you go.
So yeah, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's from one of the new animes from this season. But you know, we're Jobless Weebs.
That's right.
You know what? It's New Year. Like a new year, I wanted to explore new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't think that I could go lower or evolve, I think evolve is a better word.
Sure.
As a weeb.
Evolve as a weeb. Oh yeah.
Over this time that we had free of animes.
Did you read a light novel?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I dived myself into the world of K-dramas.
Yes. There we go. Okay. Nice.
So yeah, I guess there was the option of the evolution of going to light novels.
Yes.
Or going to K-dramas and
yes. And K-dramas.
And I was like,
the way.
Hey, heck, I have Netflix and there are a lot of K-dramas on Netflix, so I might as well.
Many. Yeah, there's so many out there. I've seen a few, like, some of the big ones, of course, are out there. But yeah, I've seen some, like, What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, Crash Landing on You, some of the big ones. Also, some of the other small ones, like My Hollow Love. That one's a pretty cool K-drama. But yeah, it's great that you tried it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty
nice.
The ones that I watched and the ones that we're gonna talk about.
Oh yes,
it was they were pretty balanced. I mean, or rather, I watched pretty balanced, like between action and kind of like mystery.
Yes.
And romance and comedy.
Oh yeah.
And I think that the one that we're gonna talk about, it's kind of like somewhere in the middle of those two.
Yeah.
Right? Because it has some
yeah.
action, but it also has some comedy, some
It does.
some relief.
That's right, comedy relief. A lot of drama. But yeah, you're absolutely right. This one, it definitely has a pretty good like plot points and very balanced, I would say.
Yeah.
Compared to some others that are much more romantic or
I mean, it just made me think Korean dramas are just like better
yeah.
Anime, like live action adaptations animes.
There you go. They do feel like some sort of adaptation of anime styles. Yeah. Oh, for one, did you notice a lot of the times when people were intimidated, there'd be like a cat's meow or like a dog's growl.
That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
It's like, I mean, live action doesn't have, the faces, the eye style of,
right.
Because, like animes play a huge role with the faces whenever the character's angry, happy, or whatever.
Oh yeah, very, very expressive.
But in K-dramas, I'm pretty sure that they have noticed that. It's like, well, let's just put some more sound effects.
Exactly.
And with the face that they do, it's like, obviously they cannot exaggerate it, but like with the sound effects of like a cat, is like, oh yeah, he's clearly been intimidated or whatever. It's just like, I was watching, I was like, this is just a freaking anime. And I don't mean to offend anyone.
No. Oh, absolutely, yeah. But yeah, it has that sort of...
I mean it in a good way.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. These live action K-dramas, they have this sort of way of storytelling exactly with those animal sounds a lot of the time. It's so funny.
Yeah. And also that they have this cringe portion from time to time that we're going to talk about, especially in the ones.
Because
there were some cringe parts that I was like, yeah, this is a drama. This is...
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy, but I mean, let's just jump right into the topic for today.
Sounds great.
So the K-drama, the show that we're going to talk about, it's called Tomorrow in English, I guess.
Yeah. Tomorrow.
I don't exactly know what's the literal translation from Korean to English, but it's okay.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And, since this feels like uncharted land, since it's the first time we're talking about something other than an anime.
Other than an anime or even possibly a video game. But first time going into K-drama.
But I mean, spoiler alert beforehand, we're planning on covering like the general plot, so we will talk some spoilers. We will. If hearing spoilers just hypes you, then welcome to the club.
Here we go. Yeah, because this one, there's going to be a lot of spoilers for this particular type of story. Yeah.
So the show starts with one guy at a job interview, right? And it's like some fertilizers.
Yeah, something to do with fertilizers.
Yeah, his name is Choi Jung-won. And I guess this is the funny... I mean, I found it funny because this guy has like certifications or diplomas in several fields.
Yes, you name it. Like he has a cooking certificate.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very funny throughout the entire
He is
show.
probably the guy that here in the States, there's the joke of like, no matter how good you are, there's always that Asian kid who's better than you. He's probably the definition of that guy. Because he's super good. He has terrible luck.
Yeah, he can't get a job at this time of his life, which is really, really sad.
And at the same time, I saw. Who would have thought that the anime knowledge would have come in handy? because even in animes, or I don't know if it should be good to say like in Asia in general, when people are job hunting, it's this kind of like group interview. Because at least here in the States, that's not really common. And I've been in several job interviews.
It's not common whatsoever. Like in this first one he got, was it 3 people?
I think it was
him.
It was him.
A couple of others.
The daughter of.
That's what it was. The daughter of like the head of the company. For some reason, she's in this interview, the same one that he's in, and you can tell that she's not as like, maybe presentable, I guess you could say.
Yeah, but in the interview, he's just like elaborating.
Yeah,
like his sales pitch. He's like, you know what? I'm this. And he's like, okay, sir.
All the time.
So you, Miss daughter of the company president, because I forgot her name.
Basically.
But he doesn't know that. Not yet, at least. He's like, what would you like to do? He's like, well, I just want to grow in this company. He's like, okay. The interview ends. This guy is like super pumped. He's like, you know what? I did really good.
Right.
I think I'm gonna get the job. And then he looks at the door of the company and he's like, oh, you gotta be beep.
Yep. Because it's the same name as the girl from the interview. So he connects the dots.
Yeah, from that part I was like, poor guy. It's like I kind of feel you. Not that it has happened to me like that.
Oh right, like that. But losing and he does get rejected from the job ultimately. And that's it. And that I definitely feel for him. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and well, the other thing is that again, based on my anime knowledge, a lot of times these kind of like office jobs that people get right after college,
yes,
a lot of time those jobs are the job that they will have for the rest of their lives. Not like here in the States that you can get a job right after school and after a couple of years you switch to another company. Something that I've noticed,
or
at
even
least
promoted and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean something that I noticed at least in anime again, because
extensive knowledge in anime. In anime,
it's like at least in this type of Asian cultures with work, it's like once you enter at a company, that's most likely the company that you will be retiring from.
I see. Oh yes.
So I think in that way, in Asian culture, again, anime knowledge.
Right.
I think it's normal. That just like being anxious about getting a job, because that's probably the job you will have for the rest of your time.
Yeah, and so literally it's your way of making a living.
And also the way you show that you are successful in life.
Right. Oh yeah. That's also, I've noticed a lot between that versus like hikikomori in anime, specifically shut-ins. It's like that whole social like difference between being successful at a job or just staying at home as a shut-in because you couldn't like fit in and whatnot. But it is a huge well, I guess a huge like way of securing yourself for life.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so in a way it's kind of frustrating because it's like this dude, it's clearly
he's
qualified and skilled,
right? And we get the feeling of that, right? But
but at the same time, it's like, well, if you don't have connections, which is also something that they tell you here in the States,
right?
It's like it's most likely for you to get a job more easily if you have connections to whatever place you want to go. If you know someone either through LinkedIn or just like the alumni database from your university.
Even that, like connections land jobs and whatnot.
So
this guy, he definitely feels that Choi, he, and for him, and yeah, like we do see it in the real world, and for him, he definitely starts feeling this maybe unfairness, but definitely for him this rejection that he like can't get it only because she, well, only because he doesn't have that type of connections, which is really, really sad. Oh
yeah,
my
and
gosh.
a little relatable at the same time.
Yeah, it is relatable. Yeah.
But,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Moving on.
Yes.
So like he doesn't get the job. He's depressed.
Yeah.
We're gonna skip the. I mean, he spent some time with his friend. His friend wants to be a police officer, and they're like, "Well, we don't have a job, but you know what? Once we do, we're gonna live the good life."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, but what are we doing spending money that we don't have right now?" It's like,
yeah.
Let's think about that later, and let's just eat. And so fast forward to like the actual plot of. I was gonna say anime to the actual plot of the drama.
The actual plot.
He's walking along a bridge, and he sees an old guy that he is about to jump off the bridge because whatever.
Right.
And so he's like, oh, better ignore him. And there's like, okay, no, I can't ignore him because my day has been really crappy. I don't want these guys dead in my conscience on top of like my already crappy day.
Yeah, and that was his reasoning. That's right.
Which is like a terrible reasoning.
I mean, well, yes, but yeah.
I see where he's coming from.
But I see.
I've been having a really bad day, and then I was like, oh yeah, I just passed the dude that was about to take his life. I was like, talk about crappy day.
Right, yeah. So he does go try to like, stop him, save him. But yeah, content warning, there is a lot of suicide in this K-drama.
I mean,
but so it's kind of mature.
That's pretty much the main plot.
That's right.
Like suicide, not in that way that you're thinking.
We're
going to explain why.
Yeah. So yeah, just kind of like a content advisory. So yeah, very mature K-drama, I would say. Let's see.
Is it rated though? I don't think it's rated. Is it?
I'm not sure if it's like rated.
I think it was like rated 14 or 16.
Yeah, I think it had something like that.
But anyway, sorry.
It's like a Netflix show.
I cut you off. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, so he does end up like trying, like he attempts, he wants to save this guy, but in so doing, he himself falls in and falls off the bridge into the water, and that kicks off the whole rest of the show, because of course he does go to the hospital for that, but he basically ends up in a coma. Yeah,
and we're ignoring and we're skipping some key plot parts.
Yeah, because his family is important, who they are, and
also the Reapers.
Yes.
Because I think that the show actually starts with the Reaper.
Yes.
And not with him in the interview.
That's right.
So sorry about that.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, the Reapers are not really important because when the show starts, you don't know what the heck is happening.
Oh yeah.
It is until he's trying to save the guy that a lady and another guy just appear and try to start a problem with him, saying like, hey dude, just like make your way, we got this. And he's like, I don't believe you. So that's why he ends up saving the guy, but ending in a coma, which, I mean, it's okay, it's a drama, so I think that was the point.
Sure.
So he wakes up
and
he's like, oh, I'm okay. What the heck is that? Yeah. Because he sees himself all like, with a bunch of tubes and plugged to a monitor. And he's like,
oh my gosh.
This is probably a dream. yeah, it must be a dream. And then he sees the lady that we see at the start of the show, and also that was trying to start a problem with him. And he's like, "Who are you?" That part was kind of cringe. He was like,
"Oh yes,
I'm a Reaper.
Well,
I'm a Green Reaper."
Well, like, yeah. It is like, oh, okay. Did you notice how like their emotion, or especially the Green Reaper's emotions, are all very like straight faced, almost all the time. Yeah, that's also something I noticed pretty early on.
I mean, my respect for the actors, because I don't think I could say that with a straight face.
Oh yeah.
I'm incredible. A Reaper.
Yeah. Oh yes. I'm a Reaper. Yeah.
But turns out this guy, it's dead. Half dead.
Half dead. Yeah. So yeah, that was really kind of incredible to me, because not only is he in a coma, but it also kind of pulls the story and expands it by letting him have like an out-of-body experience, and kind of as an explanation of why he's kind of in a coma, or continuing to be in a coma, since his soul like is out of his body. I think it also has to do with kind of what they offer him, but yeah, that part was kind of cool. It's like an out of body experience.
Yeah,
which for him is like that, since he didn't technically die.
Right. I mean, they trying to fix that part, saying like, oh, you know what? We Reapers, and let me tell you, I don't mean this to be offensive at all, but that was really Asian of them. It's like, you know what? The Green Reapers is actually an industry.
Oh yes, it's a company. Actually, wait. I have been seeing it more in some other like media and books, but also some like movies and stuff. Like the Christmas one with Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but yeah, it's also like an industry. But yeah, you're totally right. It's a very unique idea to the plot with this one specifically.
Yeah, because you know what? Turns out, like, we have a sales team, and it's like,
there's a sale.
How do you sell that?
Right. This is a
which they actually end up covering a little bit, but
they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah,
and they have different departments, like the editing department. The one that's in charge of gathering pretty much a video of your life. That
my life flashed before my eyes.
Exactly that, and
many others.
They have like the recovery teams for like everyone who's dying, and also for the bad people who dies.
Yes, yeah.
There's also like a special one, because even after they die, people get crazy. So like these Reapers gotta beat the crap out of them
before take them in. Oh my gosh. Which is also another idea I've seen, where like if souls linger too long, then like they go kind of ballistic or lose their humanity.
Which in a way that's we've seen that in kind of like Japanese folklore with in anime.
Oh yes.
Like when people's souls still have some lingering attachments, then they roam the earth and they become ghosts or demons. And I guess here the way that they addressed it was like, we don't want any soul to be, out of place, because then there are consequences.
Run amok and all that. And it turns out there's also another department for the risk management, and that's specifically for this team that Choi is kind of getting involved with helping people, kind of preventing suicides. So this show, it focuses on that one specific department, which is really fascinating.
So Troy, he's given the option, like, you know what?
Yeah.
The fact that you're in coma,
Yeah.
It's kind of like our bad because
Yeah. So sorry about
it's
that.
like the people who was in charge of that job,
Mm.
well, they didn't do it. You ended up doing it. So yeah, you're just like collateral damage. But
yeah.
guess what? You can be in a coma for 3 years, or you can work with us in the company. We will pay you. I mean, just like to leave, but you will have to work in one of the departments for 6 months. And after that, we will assure you that you can have any job you want. Like when you wake up, and your life will be fixed for the better. And he's like,
yes, yeah.
Dude, I'll take that deal.
Yeah, all for it.
Little did he know.
Yes.
That there's a catch. There's always a catch.
There always is.
And so we're gonna skip some parts because he's in another team, but in the editing team. But then ultimately he ends up moving with the risk management team to help people not to
Yeah.
And I don't really want to cover all of them because
there were a lot.
There were a lot.
I think there was almost a new person every episode, and yeah, K-dramas, they tend to be 16 episodes. So yeah, there are a lot of people. Oh my. Yeah. Were you thinking of highlighting?
But yeah, I mean, kind of like a high level thing is the purpose of the anime when he starts working as a part-timer Green Reaper.
Yes.
It's I guess just like reaching out to people.
Yeah,
because like the whole premise of the anime is like there's a group of my bad.
Oh no, I get what you're saying.
I mean, we've been doing animes for the last 76 episodes. So
yes, yeah.
The whole purpose of the K-drama is that we have a faction of Reapers.
Yes.
That they're like, you know what? Life is precious. It is one of the best gifts.
Yeah.
And for people to just ignore it and throw it away just like that, and like these people deserve no forgiveness. And there's actually like consequences when people take their lives. And the consequence is that's part of I would like to just like high level, like Asian culture is like the red string.
Yes, the red string.
In animes, basically. We've seen that the red string is the one that helps us form connections with our fated ones.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
So that it transcends time. And in this case, it the way it goes is like after dying, you can go to paradise and you can choose to reincarnate.
Yeah.
Obviously, you will forget your past life once you reincarnate.
Yeah.
But if you come back, you can see your previous lives.
Yeah. And kind of remember.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Kind of like revisit your previous lives and see like, oh yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
But there's a thing. If you like kill yourself, it's like those strings, those connections that you did, those are severed forever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter like how many lives you reincarnate after like a period of time. Those connections, you sever them. Yeah. And you cannot recover them.
Yeah. And so that's like the consequence in the show. And yeah, that part, it provides like all of the tension. It provides all of like the, almost I would say mystery, since it is so much a big part of like the mystery side of the show, who people actually are, because the red string of fate, it like connects people to be like to come together again, if they are like fated with each other, or like their destinies are to be together, that red string of fate like continues in their in their reincarnations when they like live on Earth again or whatnot. So yeah, very, very well thought out, really well displayed in the show, I think. Of course, a very, very sad topic, but very, very well portrayed.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a great way to just like address things like suicide.
Yeah,
because you know, like even on, for example, like YouTube videos or like the media in general, a lot of times it's like, oh, you're talking about this sensitive topic.
Oh yes.
It's like, call this number or whatever reason, and it's like,
oh right, a lot of the time. Yeah.
I mean, kind of like as a society in general, we think like, oh yeah, those topics are sensitive. We shouldn't be talking about those, but it's like, dude, I think we should.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
I think we definitely should. Because it's like, oh yeah, there are people that want to help you, but it's like, yeah, there might be people that want to help you, but if we're just avoiding the topic, then people won't want to talk about it.
Right, because then it adds a layer of like being shut down or even being turned away, when of course this show, and of course in society, I agree, we do need that a little bit more.
So I think that in that regard, that show was great to address this kind of topic. Because some of the episodes were like Choi's friend.
Oh yes, when
he failed.
Yeah, he got
becoming a cop. His best friend was in a coma.
Right.
Her parents were already dead, so he was alone.
Yeah.
So he was like,
his parents.
Yeah. He was like, I'm gonna.
Right. And that was the choice that he thought would like let him
be at peace.
And the thing was, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, and the thing was specifically for him, when he did get that rejection, that he failed, that was a huge part of his life, like failing, but then he tried to like close out everybody. He tried to like stay at home and like not reach out to anybody. And for example, Choi is in a coma, so his best friend, he couldn't like actually reach out to. So this team, the Grim Reapers, Choi and Ku and Lim, I'm not quite sure about their names, since their last names they like use.
Yeah, I think it's Mr. Lim.
Mr. Lim.
Yeah, and
and
Miss
Ku Rion.
Miss Rion or Miss Ku. I think it's Miss Rion.
That's right.
That's how he referred to it.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Like mom.
Oh yes, yeah. They would say ma'am, and and so the three of them, they literally go bang on his door, and like, but it like trying everything they can, banging on his door. They even try to like. They kind of like almost tricked him, but not really, because they were trying to like reach out to him, but he just ended up trying to run away. But finally they catch up to him and talk with him, which was amazing to see, because that was the chicken episode. Yeah. The chicken was so funny. But it was, I liked that episode a lot.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite ones, and you know what? Like all the other cases, it was something similar. Like, people had lost loved ones, so they're like, well, you know what? I don't have anything else here, so I might as well end this. Yeah. Like another episode was like a lady that she was not happy with her body. And she's like, well, I might as well end this, because like I'm fat. people's making fun. I'm thin, people's making fun. Like,
Making
what the
fun
heck
of
do
me.
they want? It's like,
Yeah,
well, lady,
and
have
so-
you thought about what you want? And then she was like,
exactly.
oh, didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, and that was so well done.
Yeah, and a lot of things are like, well, why? Like the answer was right there, but it's like if you put yourself in there, like a first person view is like, yeah, a lot of times you're not thinking about the most simple option or answer.
Right.
So I really like how this drama tackled those issues, like from different directions.
Different directions. Yeah, and it was so varied. Like one was even a dog. That one was interesting. One was a dog.
That one was funny and also tearjerker at the same time because I was like, I'm laughing, but
I agree.
Internally I'm crying because it's like, you know like, what?
Yeah.
I had a dog, and I've also have some relatives that their dog ultimately just ran away because he was old, and then he died somewhere, and they don't know, and it's like, oh boy,
and that's like, exactly what was happening in this episode.
It was like,
oh dude.
Yeah, that doggy one was a tearjerker one.
Yeah, it was. Oh my. Yeah, that one was so good. There was a military. There was like a veteran one, and it was so many different ones, and of course sprinkled throughout all of this. One was even an idol. Throughout all of this.
The last one, right?
Yeah, the last one, because that goes along with Miss Rion's Kurion's past also. But yeah, there were so many. There were
and
ones. But yeah, the plot, it is a mystery. So we do get like snippets here and there of past lives for the Reapers.
Yeah, for the Reapers. And like the thing is that these Reapers, they have supernatural powers.
Oh yes.
From like stopping time to like supernatural or like superhuman strength.
Oh yes.
But this guy, since he's a part-timer, he doesn't have any of that.
That's right.
I mean, they also can go inside
like that.
They can time travel, or they can go inside dreams, memories.
Yep.
So like,
all like
it was
incredible powers.
Really well built and huge world, because they grabbed things from everywhere, and somehow they made them like, to coexist really well with each other.
Yeah, and make it work. Yeah, because in this like company idea, this company industry type thing with Green Reapers, they have like checks and balances of what abilities themselves, but also like rules on time travel specifically. That was really, really cool. So yeah, I liked that they were like,
or also in memories. It's like, you can see the memories, but you cannot interfere, because because if someone recognizes you, then it's over, because we cannot act. Like, people cannot see us, but they can see us. It's like there was some weird physics around it, but it's like,
yes, like, it was odd at times for sure.
But like those sequences, those like effects, like for example with the dream, with the girl that was bullied. That sequence of like where they were trying to escape from the dream.
Oh yeah,
that was really well done.
Oh yeah, that was an early episode. I want to say even the second. Episode.
That was like second or third episode.
Yeah. Oh dude, yeah, that was really well done with the memory itself. And I was thinking also, there was something else that stood out to me with like the powers. I'll see if I can remember it though. But yeah, the memory itself was really, really cool. The powers themselves. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The powers themselves. Like, I even thought about how sometimes we hear stories about inexplicable things, or how people sometimes tell stories about some miraculous thing that happened that's unexplainable. That like something happened, and and I can't explain why, but I was like saved and whatnot.
Oh,
This show showed some of those instances where it's
right.
like, oh, like they're using those powers, and it's like, oh wow, like if these people like talked about what they went through, then yeah, it wouldn't make sense. But with their powers, it's like, oh, interesting. That's
Yeah,
kind of cool to see how
yeah,
they
because it was just
incorporated
a
it
snap of
all.
fingers, and then like time
Yeah.
would be frozen. I was like,
Paused or yeah. It's like, oh,
neat.
very cool. Yeah, that was.
But yeah, really good show.
Mhm.
And besides how it tackles all of those topics, I think that
Yeah.
at the end of the day, a lot of, or yeah, a lot of those shows, the powers play some part, but
Oh yes.
ultimately, the powers were not the key to solve those mysteries. Because
That's right. Or
the way
anybody's
it worked is like
problems, basically.
they had an
Yeah.
app
Oh yeah, it's somehow
that
an
show like how
app.
much they wanted things to end.
Right, and it's like a percentage level.
Yeah, and if it was red or like close to 100, I mean, I
Yeah.
guess 100 was like
Yeah,
they were doing it.
Right, yeah, and it's always like the red line that they have to try to intervene.
Yeah,
But yeah,
and
it was
after
an
changing
app
things,
on their
it would go
devices.
down to like 10, 20%.
Yeah, I would see it a lot of the time start at 30 and drop down. But yeah, it was literally an app on their phones. Oh, it's
Yeah,
so funny.
that
It's
is
very
super.
like technological. Like it was very like um there was a lot of technology in the show, which is also another thing I've noticed in a lot of K dramas. They use like the latest phones or
I mean, it's Korea. It's like
yeah,
a
it's very
powerhouse in technology. So,
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Oh, so fascinating.
and it also happened in Seoul, I think the show happened
Oh,
in Seoul.
Ooh,
I think
I can't
yeah,
quite remember, but I
it
would
happened
assume it
on,
was. Yeah,
or
Seoul
if
is
it didn't happen
basically.
in Seoul, it happened in
Ah,
another huge city of Korea. So,
absolutely, absolutely, right. Yeah, yeah. Seoul is the biggest city. Yeah,
but
both
it's
capital.
like yeah, they had
Yeah.
these apps that they would tell them, and a lot of times like this guy that a Choi that he didn't have any powers. He was just like, hey, dude, I'm here for you. Or like, I hear you. Or like, I'm supporting you. Or like, whatever. And like,
yeah.
Everyone was like, what the heck just happened? Because you know, from like the lady boss, her methods were like, oh, you want to die?
Oh, yes.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's right.
Then
yeah.
don't even bother to put your seatbelts, because
right. then you're gonna die. Oh yeah, she was very very like, oh man, like every instance or every interaction she had, I definitely felt like that very stern personality of hers. Of course, she is kind of empathetic here and there.
she's
in
sympathetic
helping
in the
people,
fact that
but
she doesn't
she's
want
very
people to end their lives.
yeah, but in
She
a very
just
stern way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, she is quite the character.
And this guy, Troy, he's empathetic, and he's
Ooh, very.
he's like, hey, there are some other ways to go about this. Like,
Yeah, and he always like pushes and pushes.
and I mean, he ultimately
tries
was
to.
the catalyst to change
Mm.
the life of Rion, and
Oh, yes.
also Mr. Lee and Mr. Park, because you know Mr. Park was like, what the heck does your department even exist for? And then,
okay. But then now we have.
And then he's given the spoilers.
Right, spoilers and reasons.
And the reasons of why she was doing that, and he's like, oh, I'm a jerk.
Yeah, Choi's definitely the catalyst for that. That was, and the nightmares and dreams. That was really. It's kind of sad and it gives like a resolution or like we finally see what actually happened. So, oh man, yeah. When we see that, it really drew me in for sure.
Yeah, and ultimately, after the show ends, or like on the last episode, when he wakes up, he has his life better. I mean, he starts working at a company.
Yeah.
And he has like a really lucky life, because he gets free tickets for an Idol concert.
Yeah.
Turns out that it was the Idol that he said, but he doesn't remember.
He doesn't, yeah.
And then he just ends up saving that one guy that was going to throw himself out of a building. And I was like,
right. And it's like, okay, like he changed, and he's at a good spot in his life. Yeah, that.
Yeah, and I mean, like he sees the Reapers is like, I'm sorry, who are you guys? And they're like,
you're old bosses.
We're the Reapers.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah.
They're like, you know what? They're like,
oh, okay.
We can have him work for us again. It's like, oh yeah, sure. He just has like 49 more years of life. And it's like, spoiler. It's like he didn't listen to it, but but I mean,
that was so funny.
I mean, it all ends well.
It does, yeah. Mm-hmm. The character development is amazing. There's so many good parts about this. I cried on quite a few episodes.
I did, yeah.
Seriously. And it's just overall really good. And I think it wrapped up all of the storylines pretty well.
It did.
Like, even if there were any plot holes, it was like every single person had a good resolution. And of course, like the bad guys who were bad guys, they were punished, which was interesting to see, because it's like sometimes the Reapers did it, sometimes it was their own punishments that brought on themselves, kind of a thing. But yeah, I also thought that was pretty interesting, because a lot of this show shows that like whatever you put out, you like do get back, and you are rewarded basically for your life, as long as you stick with it.
Yeah, as long as you,
which is a great message. I like it. I mean, some people's lives, especially this show, it's like some terrible things happen, but this show has some fun resolutions.
I think that was great, because it's like, I mean, the kind of, from a religious point of view, if you will, it's like, it was probably definitely not Christian. It was, and sorry, I don't know a lot about Korean culture,
right?
But it's like, the way that they portrayed it, of like, oh yeah, you died by natural means, or by some other means that were not yourself. You can go to a paradise ish place. If not, you go to hell. But after some time, you can reincarnate. You will have consequences for your actions, but you can reincarnate and recreate new connections. And for the other part, it's like, after if you are done with paradise, you can reincarnate and try it again, and you have your connections. And it was like all these. I liked the hall where a few times the Jade Empress was there with some of the people.
Oh yeah, the one with all the flowers.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I really like that one for some reason, because it's like it gives like a like kind of like a paradise feel.
Oh yeah, it does. Like that whole atmosphere of the room. Yeah, I felt like that too. Like how the room is portrayed in all the times we saw it. Yeah. Oh,
and I think that really for foreign audiences like us, even all the stuff that they talk about, of probably general Korean culture is like, yeah, it didn't felt like heavy or hard to understand. So they put it in a really good way for like people that are not from Korea to understand.
Yeah,
because it's like
because you can visually see it, and yeah, you do get that feeling. Yeah, I did appreciate that too. Oh, it's really.
Oh, but yeah, great show, great ending. Just 16 episodes. It's like an hour every episode.
Yes, yeah, just about an hour each one.
So yeah, it might be kind of like a bit of a lengthy watch, but it's a good one, and I think
It is.
it's dubbed in English.
Oh, it is.
So yeah,
I didn't even check. Oh,
I watch it dub.
Oh, there you go.
Because I started watching it for some like background noise, and I was like, hold a second.
Oh,
this might be good.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. So you kind of like stumbled upon it.
Yeah, I just wanted something to listen to, and I was like, this is good. I might just end up watching it for real.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, oh, nice.
But yeah, it was a great show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
During the anime drought that we have before the new season started.
Oh yes, yeah. Oh yes. Yeah, I really like going into this one, kind of expanding our horizons. Of course, our main love is anime, but yeah, it was really cool to take a look into this a little bit more.
Yeah, I want to be the one that expands the meaning of a weeb.
Yeah.
Because it's like, weeb is just for anime. It's like, no, I want to make weeb for everything. Every show.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's American show, a Mexican show, a Korean show, whatever, animated, live action.
Yeah, if you're a fan,
we're gonna make everyone a weeb.
Nice. I like it. I like that idea.
Yeah, that's my new campaign.
Expand the
Go weeb.
Outreach. Yeah.
Go Jobless weeb.
I love it.
Oh boy, but yeah, this was today's episode.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely did something different. Hopefully, this is not the first and last time that we talk about a Korean drama or something else other than anime.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are. It was definitely kind of new for us, and maybe we said something maybe not quite on the money, but let us know.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, we're always trying to improve, and if editor and me manage to get some clips from the show,
ooh, that would be
thank you so much, editor and me.
That'd be incredible.
Alright, yeah. This was it for today. Keep watching anime and K-dramas now.
Nice.
And we'll see you next time.
Mm-hmm.